welcome to another edition of the GOAT Report Pod. I'm your boy T-Man.
And I'm your boy Dre. You can find us at all social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. So we all around. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, Brody, man, we almost through the first quarter of the NBA season. It seemed like the games are flying by. Um, what's been your thoughts so far of the NBA season up until this point?
I mean, the season has been a team has been pretty surprising to me. The Cavs, them being undefeated right now has been like crazy to see. Like, no, I was not expecting that at all. You know what I mean? As far I think they're at the number one in the East right now with 14 and 0. So I mean, like, I've always been a fan of Donovan Mitchell, man, but like the way they're playing over there in Cleveland has been amazing to see. And it's nice to see that Cleveland also has been able to have a stance or like, be a team to be dealt with, especially after LeBron leaving. So he wasn't the end all be all, you know what I'm saying? So it's been good to see that for sure. So Cleveland, shout out to Cleveland, man. I like to play.
No, that's a real win streak going on right now. It's not
Yeah,
like you 5-0 win streak. No, they've opened the season up 14-0.
14 to 0, man.
They already have a pretty good strong hold on the Eastern Conference. I know
Mhm.
that the Celtics are right behind them with only 3 losses and 10 wins, but
Right.
14-0, that is very impressive, taking into account that they've played some pretty good teams as well.
Hmm.
I'm definitely impressed with what I'm seeing by the Cavaliers. Let me ask you this: do you think it's sustainable? Not in terms of them just continuing to pile up wins without any losses, but
Right.
do you think and I know it's still early in the season, but just going based off the evidence that we have right now,
Hmm.
you think they can carry on and be this type of team in the playoffs when it matters the most? Or do you look
Yeah,
at them more so of a regular season team that can stockpile wins, but more likely will flame out by the second round of the playoffs?
yeah, I think that's yeah, to answer your question, that is going to be a pretty um, tough thing to see right there because usually the second half of the season, a lot of teams, before they even get to the playoffs, you'll see a lot of that stuff burn out too. Like, especially after All-Star weekend, you know, they're playing for spots at that point. You know what I mean? So, do I think they'll burn out probably like the second round? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say yeah, just off the simple fact that the Eastern Conference is actually pretty stacked right now. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, like this regular season is all good and well, but if you got to go through Boston, Orlando's looking pretty good right now. And even though that New York is at 500, they're still a tough team if they stay healthy.
They'll rise too, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking like they're gonna work out the kinks. It's a lot of new players, man. You got Karl Anthony Town, Mikal Bridges. You got to work in with the secondary. You still got McBride, who's been playing pretty well. They're still getting associated with each other. Josh Hart has been closing in on a lot of triple doubles the last few games. Other than that tough loss that they took with the Bulls
Oh,
because
that was, yeah.
yeah, he didn't really need to. And I understand the guy has a lot of hair,
Mhm.
but like you didn't have to go for that jump. You didn't have to go for that. I mean, not that, to defend that shot, and you were already behind him. All you really had to do was jump in front of him.
Mhm.
Don't touch him.
Mhm.
Just show that you have a defender in your face.
Alter it without touching them, man. Like,
Yeah, that's it, man. You
ran
coasted
right
through.
into him. You knew he was going for the three because the way he jumped at him, he was already in shooting shooting form. So
Right.
man, it's just dumb basketball, man, undisciplined basketball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they really looked at the film on that and was like, yeah, that was like a rookie move that you just pulled just now.
Mhm. Do you
And
do you
nobody,
feel do you feel good about the Knicks? Because mind you, y'all still haven't got your center back, and I've been extremely critical of him because what's his name again?
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson. I think if Mitchell Robinson, I'm gonna keep saying if he can come back in shape. He is the prototypical center, rebound, shot blocker, run the floor, finish well around the basket, a lob threat. Man, if he can come back healthy, y'all have a legitimate shot at making it to the finals this year. But from what you've seen so far, are you liking what you're seeing from the Knicks, or do you feel
I,
like you liked their team last year better?
I, mm, uh, I won't say that I like their team last year better, just for the simple fact that I want to give this one a little bit more time. I want to say at least until All-Star break. I'll
Hmm.
give them until because they given the Knicks did have to put in some of their rookies into play that last game that they had. I think his name is Ariel 40. If I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize, but he's a center. He's 6'11". He played pretty good, man, that last game that they had.
Hmm.
Um, I'm excited to see what they're going to put on for New York as far as the play because they seem hungry.
Right.
Um, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, man, and working out that chemistry, because Karl-Anthony Towns, he's a bucket.
Hmm.
He's been playing his ass off these last couple of games.
For
I'll
sure.
give him
Then he
until
had 46
yeah,
in
he
the
had 40.
Chicago game.
Yeah, like he had a triple double that game.
Hmm.
Yeah, he balled out, man. So I give him till All-Star break. They're gonna have to be well over 500 if they're gonna be contending for a good spot in the playoffs.
Right.
Because, and I mean before All-Star break, because shit get tough after that. Boston has been playing like if it wasn't for Cleveland playing being undefeated, Boston would be number one in the East right
Yeah, they're the champs. I'm gonna be honest. I have no doubt in my mind that Boston is gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals again this year.
now.
Um,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't. Philly had a lot of hype coming into this season, and
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna spend too much time on them. Um, they have been a major disappointment to me, but I'm still holding out hope because I know they've had injuries and suspensions. Paul
Yeah.
George started the season out. Um, Joel Embiid didn't start the season on the court and then got suspended. And
Hmm.
now Tyrese Maxey is hurt. So I don't think that, especially with them being a new team, they have not got the time to build any type of chemistry. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm gonna hold out on them because I do think once they get back, even though they started out horrible, I think they're 2-2.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding out hope because I think that they can still climb to the top
Work their way
four to
because they
five
two and
spots.
ten right
It's
now.
it's the Eastern Conference. Usually the Eastern Conference is top heavy. Once you get to about the fifth spot, okay, it's
Yeah.
just a formality for the rest of the teams.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, man. The biggest disappointment to me has been the Milwaukee Bucks. They Number
Yeah.
one, it's their second season together. I know Chris Middleton is out, but it's more so what I'm seeing. Number one, they look old and slow.
Yeah.
They look extremely old and slow.
Yeah.
They don't defend well on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And again, I'm gonna say this: I would have never gave up Drew Holiday. You keep Drew Holiday. I would have explored trading Chris Middleton before I traded
Oh
Drew
yeah.
Holiday. And I'm gonna tell you why. If and I know that Milwaukee didn't know that Boston was gonna grab him, but you knew a contender was gonna grab Drew Holiday if you
Oh, the
elected to trade
championship.
him to Portland. What was he
Yeah.
gonna be in Portland? You knew they were gonna buy him out, send him on his way, create that
Right.
cap space. You knew a contender was going to grab Drew Holiday. And Boston literally they were desperate, man. They had to win a ring
Yeah.
last year.
To
You feel
keep
what
the
I'm saying?
keep that team together. Yeah.
Right. So you had to know it was a chance that they were going to go. Who wouldn't? You're
Yeah.
like Boston was right there. They won the finals the year before. They
Hmm.
went to game seven to get to the finals in the Eastern Conference Finals that next year. You knew that they were looking for that one piece.
Yeah.
And if trading him to get Dame meant Boston grabbing Drew Holiday, I'm
Yeah.
straight. I'm keeping Drew Holiday and I'm exploring Chris Middleton as trade bait.
And didn't Drew Holiday help them get the ring that they got?
He did. I mean, he was
So
one
that
of the
made me
top three players.
so yeah, that's why I don't understand how these teams, and I'm not even specifically just talking about the Bucks, but I'm just saying, how do you break up a team that won you a chip and expect to go right back again the next year? these repeating teams that, or these teams that had dynasties, they kept the same team. The
Same.
team has chemistry. The team know how
Yep.
to work under pressure. The
Yep.
team know who has the ball at certain times. Who's taking a big shot? You're bringing in a superstar who didn't need nobody else but a supporting cast. Then you bring back another superstar who was so used to having the ball in his hands because he had really nobody else to pass it to at that time in Portland. I mean, he had CJ McCollum, but you see what happened to him. They traded him to what, the Pelicans?
Hmm.
Now you okay, he loses his right hand. You strip
Right.
that away from him. And now you bring him over to a team. Now, Antetokounmpo has a completely different game than CJ McCollum did in Portland.
Hmm.
So it's like, and honestly, you can give the ball to Antetokounmpo from the other side of the court. He only
Yeah.
needs 5 steps before he dunking on somebody across the other side.
Yeah. And Giannis needs the ball.
Yeah, Giannis needs the ball, and plus he's the leading scorer this year. I think he has up to this point. I think he has like 33 a game now.
Right.
So like, it's hard to see because I know Dame is like he's proven himself in the playoffs. He's shown he's capable of clutch moments. But if you can't figure out the chemistry on this team, you won't even have to worry about the playoffs anymore.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I
don't know, man.
mean, it's just going to be him and Giannis are two dynamic scorers. But again, they have no perimeter defense since losing Drew Holiday. Chris Middleton, I don't think he'll ever get back to where he was. I mean, he's hurt again to start the season off. There's
Yeah,
something going on with him. And like I said, man, I feel like you let Chris Middleton go before you let Drew Holiday, and you try and get another all-star caliber player to pair with Drew Holiday and Giannis. You know, I definitely have been disappointed because even with Chris Middleton now, I think that Dame and Giannis should be able to figure it out together. The same way
not
the
for sure.
Lakers are figuring it out with D'Lo playing so bad and the injuries that they've had. I mean, you see what AD and LeBron are doing.
They
Literally, AD, which is I'm excited about what I'm seeing from the Lakers. Number one, I know they're going to make a trade to bring in another All-Star caliber player at some point of the
yeah,
season.
right,
On top of that, they're 8-4. They're fifth in the West right now. AD is averaging 30. I think right now he will be everyone's early season MVP if especially if he had my vote for the simple fact he's averaging 30 and he's always consistent on the
right.
defensive side of the ball. And LeBron just had four straight triple doubles, man. I mean,
At
come on.
39.
39. 39. Four
39.
straight triple doubles.
What
So,
are you talking about? This dude is like, I mean, he doesn't have to score the 27, 7, and 7, as much. But I mean, for you to have gotten 16 rebounds your last game,
hmm
16 rebounds at 39?
hmm
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's averaging 24, 8, and 9. He's literally one assist or one rebound and two assists or two rebounds away from averaging a triple double
Yo,
at age 39. So, and I'm gonna tell you why else I'm excited about the Lakers season. JJ Redick is proven to be the best choice that they could have taken to be the head coach. Number one, I like how he holds the players accountable. I mean, he gets on all of them. I've seen him chewing out LeBron on the sideline, giving him direction. You could just see the fluidity within their offense. It looks like a legit NBA offense instead of
yeah,
running everything through LeBron. You move LeBron around. Like I like seeing the movement of the ball. I like seeing them go through Anthony Davis. I
yeah,
love seeing that. AD is a monster.
yeah,
Um, and I definitely think that JJ Redick, in terms of the X's and O's behind the game, he's extremely smart. He knows how to coach a team, and he has that fire that you want as well as the coach and someone who's not afraid to hold his superstars accountable. You know,
right.
so I think what they got, and on top of that, the week has gotten weaker. I mean, the West has gotten weaker since
Yeah,
last year. I mean, look at Denver. Them train away or letting KCP walk to get Russ, that was a bad move. You lose three-point shooting and you lose a legit perimeter defender for someone that can't shoot. Hall of Famer,
yeah,
but
I
if I'm
don't get
keep,
it.
you
Yeah,
know, you literally let KCP walk out the door, someone who was instrumental in y'all winning that championship. I mean, look what Minnesota did. They got weaker.
Mhm.
If you ask me, man, it's going to be a 14 race. I think Golden State, Dallas, the Lakers, and Phoenix. I think those are going to be your top four teams, fighting to make the finals from the Western Conference. But
And
yeah, man.
we do have to worry about OKC.
Yeah,
OKC is
you're
11
right.
and 2 now.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I feel like at some point, he's gonna cross over that. He needs that breakout year, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like I'm gonna get his name wrong.
SGA.
Gilgis, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
SGA, man. He's like right there. Like obviously they figured out a way for their team to win during the season. It's that postseason.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Once he gets that right. But yeah, definitely like we're gonna have to worry about OKC for sure, man. But I think I'm really surprised to see the Rockets up there, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this real quick. So basically, you want to see SGA have that breakout playoff run.
Yeah,
Got you. Got you. That's the next step for him. That's the
yeah.
next step
I
for
think it's
him.
about that time because he's been in the running for the MVP candidate for probably like the last 2 years.
Hmm.
And he's been playing tremendous, but it's just like he has to have that breakout because I feel like every superstar player has had that run. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like for example, Donovan Mitchell had that run in Utah.
Yeah.
That run in Utah before he got traded out, that was crazy.
Hmm.
I feel like he needs that one of those seasons, man. I really don't care to see. I see Denver; they are figuring it out. That Russell situation, I don't understand. This is like a perimeter-based scoring game now.
Hmm.
So for you to pick up Russell Westbrook, I don't even understand that pick
Right.
at all. I mean, the Grizzlies, I'm not even worried about.
Yeah.
I feel like we're always going to look at that team as something fun to look at, like Lob City,
Yeah.
but they ain't gonna get nothing done.
Right. Right. I think that's a good comparison, not in terms of the style of play, but
Mhm.
type of team that they are. You're right. They're that young, fast-paced team.
Right.
They had the confidence, but I think they can be figured out in the playoffs. Um, yeah, man, I think Phoenix looks better. I like them getting
Phoenix is
a legit point guard in Tyus Jones. You need someone to run the offense and get those players all those scores they have in position. I like the pickup of the backup center Plumlee to back up Nurkic. I like what I'm seeing from Phoenix. I know KD, just got hurt, but I definitely have Phoenix in my top four in contention to come out of the Western Conference. I still think I still have OKC as fifth in my eyes. Like if it came down to them playing Dallas, Lakers, Golden State, or Phoenix, I would definitely pick those four teams first, just because of the experience all of those teams have. All of those teams have multiple champions, or at least one champion on their squad that brings that championship
experience.
pedigree to the team.
Yeah.
I still think that OKC is too young and inexperienced, so I would have them fifth. But do you have Denver in the top five, or since they've acquired Russell Westbrook, have they slid to you out of
I,
the top five in the West?
uh, I, I'm not even gonna go with Denver to go be at the top five. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm
Hmm.
gonna keep it at, OKC, Golden State,
Hmm.
Phoenix, Lakers, and I think we'll get a surprise visit from the Timberwolves.
You think so?
I think we're gonna get a surprise visit from the Timberwolves. They just had an overtime win last night, man. Anthony Edwards, it's like he's like at the brink of figuring out who he's gonna be as a superstar in the league.
Right.
And he loves the competition, you can tell.
Hmm.
I feel like that's gonna be my instead of just going with statistically a team that looks good all the way right now, I feel like that's an honorable mention. I'm gonna throw the Timberwolves in there as my fifth.
Hmm.
We'll see what they do this season, man. Hopefully I'm right. Get some
Yeah.
new fresh blood in there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I My dark horse would be Sacramento. I'm
Mm.
gonna be honest. I think Minnesota. I don't think they have enough. I think letting Cat leave. You let Cat go before you let Rudy Gobert go? Come on, man. It's these front offices, man. Like, y'all literally just made a playoff run to the Western Conference Finals. And to be honest, if the coaching was better,
Mhm.
y'all probably would have beat Dallas. Man, you run that back. I'm running that back, man. Listen, we're gonna go back at it again. Like that, clearly you're on the cusp. You were in the Western Conference Finals. And like I said, I think it was coaching. How Rudy
Mhm.
Gobert, listen, man. I don't understand how he keeps winning Defensive Player of the Year. He's only a rim defender.
Yeah.
Playoff teams figure him out in the playoffs. You go small. You go small, move him outside. Your fifth man, put him on the perimeter, bring Rudy Gobert out of the paint and
It's
get
just
to the
it's
rim. That's how
scoring.
you beat Minnesota. That's how they always beat him, man. Like he should
Yeah.
have he played too much in that series. Listen, man, I understand you defensive player of the year, but bro,
Yeah.
it's a regular season award, man. You have to be
Yeah.
more strategic in the playoffs. You have to make adjustments. And listen, man, it's a game of men in the playoffs. Forget Rudy Gobert's feelings, bro. This is not a good matchup for you. They're moving you away from the goal anyways. You can't score outside of the paint. I mean, you're just hogging up space, man. They should have went big with Karl
That,
Anthony Towns at the five instead of Rudy Gobert, man. They really could have won that series against Dallas, if you
mm,
ask me.
yeah.
But you run that back, so I think they're gonna slide. I like the team Sacramento has picking
Mhm.
up DeMar DeRozan. Just on top of that, you have that go-to player in the clutch in conjunction with what De'Aaron Fox does. I think 2 years ago he had the most clutch points in the NBA. So you have two closers on your team. You got
Mm,
Malik Monk who can easily average 20, and he's coming off of your bench. I mean, you have Sabonis. I mean, we know how versatile he is. On top of that, you got your three-point shooter and
yeah.
Kevin Carter. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they have a squad to me, and the twin, what's his name? I can't remember him, but the
Yeah.
twin that came out of Iowa. So I have Sacramento as my dark horse
Mhm.
team. I have them finishing fifth
You got to
outside of
finish
the
it there.
top four.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I mean that West is it's gonna be
It's gonna be tricky to see how they move
yeah.
around like this, man. That yeah, and they're literally all tied for the same spot. Minnesota, Memphis, and Sacramento are tied. They
Hmm.
all got the same record.
Hmm.
Funny enough, they're all 4-2 at home,
Hmm.
except for Sacramento at 3-3. So I
Right.
mean, they're gonna be fighting for that spot the whole season.
Yeah. The four or
And
five
you know
spot.
what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like exactly. It's definitely gonna be that. So I think yeah, I like the way we ran that West is gonna be it's gonna be one that's gonna be like the East is kind of you already know what's gonna happen there. Like Boston is
Right.
gonna fight their way back.
Yeah.
That's literally the only team that didn't make any major changes
Hmm.
with their lineup, which has brought to their success because they've been making it to the playoffs and to the conference finals for like a couple years now, back to back. So I want to see. I know what I could see Boston going back. I could see
That's
Boston.
my pick in the East.
Yeah, I could see Boston going back, man. I just want to see that because I don't see, even though Cleveland is undefeated, I just don't see Boston playoff level game.
Hmm.
I don't see Cleveland beating that.
Yeah.
Especially with when they got Porzingis back on the floor when he's healthy.
Right.
So
I mean, look
yeah,
at Boston's starting five, man. That's five
I'm
two-way players.
yeah.
Five two-way players. All of them play, all of them can score and all of them play defense.
Hmm.
How you gonna beat that? And on top of that, they got the monkey off of their back, man. They
They,
they
they can
won.
shoot. Yeah, yeah, that
They
too.
won it.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna play more free.
Hmm.
I definitely think that they're gonna be strategic throughout the 82 game regular season, just because they know that it's about the playoffs, April, May, and June.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
they'll start to really crank up around the start of March, and they're still going to be a top two seed in the East all year. I mean, they're that good. They still have Al Horford coming off of the bench, and I'm gonna just be honest, man. That Drew Holiday, Derek White, Tatum, and Brown. combination,
Yeah,
that buys Porzingis time when he gets
yeah,
hurt. Because you still have Al Horford, and they have another athletic center. I don't remember his name, but they have another athletic center that can spell when Porzingis is hurt. I
yeah.
wouldn't rush Porzingis back now. Why? I
What's
wouldn't
it?
rush him back. Get healthy.
Luke
You know,
Cornett?
they proved. I mean, look at it. They proved that they can get far in the playoffs without him. He came
Yeah,
back in the finals. They
and
got through the whole
that's
Eastern
all they need
Conference
him for.
without him.
Yeah, that's all they need him for.
What? Who do you have at this juncture of the season as your Eastern Conference matchup? If we're just going based on what we're seeing right now,
Eastern Conference matchup.
Eastern Conference what matchup?
I want to see. Mm, I need to see a rematch.
Hmm.
I'm trying not to be biased, but and if they work out their kinks, I need to see the
Mhm.
Knicks beat Boston.
Mhm.
I got cheated out of that last year because of the injuries and that stupid Pacers series that I hated to look at because Halliburton hasn't done nothing since that and had
Sick.
the nerve to be talking all that he was talking and wearing t-shirts like
After y'all won,
yo, and I'm like,
you
and
didn't come to
you got cooked the next round by
come
Boston
on,
anyway.
come on.
I knew it wasn't real. So I want to see Boston and New York in the playoffs. I don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be the first round. It could be the second. I really kind of want to see them be in the Eastern Conference Finals
Mhm.
because I need them to get warmed up or like not warm. You know what I'm saying? I need them to get accustomed to. Okay, we got our flow now.
Mhm.
Let's knock these first teams off, and then let's get to the big dog at the end and see if we can get over that hump.
Mhm. I,
Um,
I think y'all are more equipped to deal with Boston than any other team. Milwaukee, I don't have faith in them anymore. I don't I
yeah,
don't want to
no,
see Miami, the little engine that could anymore. I don't want to see them. No, I'm tired of that little run. They don't have enough to win it. And Philly, I don't wish injuries on anyone, but am I supposed to have faith that Embiid is going to be there when it counts? So
Indeed.
y'all are pretty much the most equipped team to deal with Boston.
Yeah,
Y'all have a lot of two-way players on your team. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges on the wing with Jalen Brunson. On top of that, with Cat and what's your center's name? Mitchell
oh
Robinson. If
yeah,
he comes back, on top of Josh Hart coming off of the bench, I
yeah,
think y'all are well equipped to handle Boston. I definitely will have that going seven.
yeah. They
If
have
you
to go
ask me,
something.
I'm gonna take Boston. I'm just one of those types. You
Kind
have
of
to
like
show
Miles
me
McBride. Yeah,
McBride. So I would still have Boston coming out of the East if it came down to it, because for the simple fact, I'm one of them type. You're not the you're still the champs until you're not the champ. So I have to see someone beat them
yeah,
before I pick
right,
against
right.
them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I definitely think y'all have the capabilities and the versatility as well to deal with Boston. I think y'all are more equipped. I think y'all are also going to be in shape to handle Boston as well.
Yeah,
So, because Thibodeau, if it's one thing, he gonna have y'all in shape because he's gonna run y'all into the ground. So
yeah.
y'all are gonna be well conditioned.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's gonna be right. He definitely got to be well conditioned playing under that man. So
Yeah, for
luckily,
sure.
it's just like you said, man. My concerns about Mitchell Robinson has just been. I really don't understand when you have all of the things exposed to you, all your resources exposed to you as far as working out, getting conditioned. Whatever LeBron does, I need to, yo, when I'm gonna holler at him, I'm gonna take some notes, man. Whoever your trainer is, whoever your conditioner is, whatever food you eat, you know what I mean? If it's not working for me, then it is what it is. But like I would need to know my priority would be to just stay healthy.
Yeah.
My team needs me. Because if they don't make it past a certain point this year, Mitchell Robinson, I don't know if I heard anything, but I'm just saying he's getting traded.
Oh yeah, he gotta go. He gotta go.
You're wasting space. That's like Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert. Like you're
Right.
wasting space.
Right.
You're there. You can defend when you want to, but you always look tired.
Right.
You make a couple plays, you can't get on the other side of the court. Shaq was bigger than you,
Yeah.
and he was still managing the like, every time Mitchell Robinson looks exhausted,
Hmm.
painted. I just, I don't know, man. I'm gonna just, hope for the best as far as his health is concerned this year. But the Knicks do need to strike on what they could get or what move they could make to get another big to
He's
help the
trade bait.
Cavs.
He's trade bait for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure. Yeah,
So, well, yeah, man. I mean, we got a long season ahead of us. There's been some big surprises, some big disappointments. But
yeah.
again, we don't go too heavy on what we're seeing through the first 14 games. So,
Mhm.
like I said, these are early projections, early opinions. And we're just gonna ride this wave of the NBA season. This is the best time. The NFL season is inching closer to the playoffs, and the
Yeah,
NBA season is off to their start. So until next time, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. We have another episode dropping, our reactions to the Tyson and Jake Paul fight. And again, we have a big time NFL matchup that I know the whole world is excited about tomorrow with
yeah.
Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. So expect some
Mhm.
content coming from your bros.
Yeah,
Hey, until
for sure.
next time, hit that subscribe button and signing out.
Out.